Day 7 of Roland Garros was pretty good overall, from what I saw. Looking at the women's side first, the three biggest US names in action today advanced. First, Sloane Stephens, who took out Karolina Muchova 6-3, 7-5. I was worried about this one for Sloane because Muchova has a lot of variety, a lot more than Pliskova, and it would be a completely different matchup for her. Plus, sometimes more recently especially, Sloane has struggled to back up her big wins. However, she did just that today, playing a very solid match, defending excellently, constructing great points, and most importantly, keeping a positive attitude throughout. Sloane's level did drop a bit whenever she had break leads in the second set, but she was able to grind through and ultimately close it out in straights. I think it's safe to say that Sloane is back. She looks all there mentally, staying positive and fighting hard for every point. She also looks to be in supreme shape, scrambling for every ball and having a very high shot tolerance. She talked a bit about this change, saying, "I took the time to get myself better, find what makes me happy on court, and kind of find my groove back. Results didn't happen right away, but I knew eventually things would connect, and it's nice that since Charleston, they started to come together. I think if Stephens can keep her intensity and focus, she can go all the way, but she cannot have a lapse like she did against Kontaveit in 2019. Up next for Sloane is Barbora Krejcikova, who despite not being ranked is a very tough opponent. She dominated Alina Svitolina 6-3, 6-2 to reach the round of 16. The Czech woman has had a standout year thus far, especially on clay, winning Strasbourg and nearly defeating Iga Swiatek in Rome. However, Sloane will have the slight advantage in having less time on court because Barbora is playing the singles, women's doubles, and mixed doubles here. That's a lot of tennis. Joining Sloane in the fourth round is her friend Sofia Kenin, who defeated compatriot Jessica Pegula 4-6, 6-1, 6-4. Kenin honestly could have won this match in straights as she had multiple game points while up 4-2. However, she dropped 4 consecutive games in the set. Kenin, as she always does though, continued to fight and battle, weathering the Pegula storm to reach her third consecutive French Open round of 16. This match was decent, although there were some extended drops in level from both women at times. Sofia really showed us her craftiness, utilizing those drop shots and forehand slices to get Pegula off balance. Then she was using those angles and her trademark backhand up the line very well. I said in my tournament preview that if Sofia can get by her first match against Ostapenko, she could make a good run here, and that appears to be the case. As a fan of hers, I'm really happy for Sonia because she's had a rough season so far results-wise. She also dropped her father as a coach, which I think is the right decision. Kenin's road to another slam final won't be easy though, as she next faces Maria Sakkari, who upended Elise Mertens 7-5, 6-7, 6-2. We've honestly been waiting a while for Sakkari's major breakthrough, and I think this tough win over Mertens will give her the confidence and belief that she can take the next step. Oddsmakers' favorite Iga Swiatek is still going strong, recovering from an early lapse to defeat 30th seed Annette Kontaveit 7-6, 6-love. Annette was actually the better player in the opening set, hitting 23 winners to 11 unforced, while Iga posted 13 winners to 11 UFEs. However, Iga, being the champion she is, won the big points, and once she got the first set under her belt, she just absolutely smothered the Estonian. She's now won 20 consecutive sets at Roland Garros, dating back to her triumph last year. In those matches, she hasn't dropped more than 6 games total, which shows you her dominance in the City of Lights. Swiatek will next play another youngster, 18-year-old Marta Kostyuk, who crushed Barbora Krejcikova today 1-2. Kostyuk first showed up on my radar when she reached the 2018 Australian Open third round as a 15-year-old. She needed some extra time to adjust to the tour, but it seems like everything is starting to fall into place. Still though, Iga will be a pretty decent favorite, largely due to her experience. The final American through to the Sweet 16 is Coco Gauff, the 17-year-old advancing after Brady retired after dropping the opening set 6-1. Brady said that she was suffering from a bone bruise in her foot sustained in Rome. That aside, Coco played a very good set, and her game looks to be getting better and better as the event goes on. Coco after the match said, "This is I think my second week of a slam. My journey to it has probably been the most professional I guess, like no unnecessary 3-set matches and stuff like that. I think you can tell I'm improving and making smarter decisions on the court." Gauff next faces Tunisian Ons Jabeur, who defeated Magna Linette 3-6, 6-love, 6-1. Ons has been flying under the radar a lot in this tournament, and I think despite her leading the head-to-head 2-1, she'll be the underdog against Coco. The pressure I feel will be on Coco because she hasn't yet reached a major quarterfinal unlike Jabeur, and she knows this is a big opportunity. Still, I feel that if she plays her game, she'll outlast Jabeur and reach the last 8. Talking now about the men's side, Djokovic and Nadal got by their matches without controversy. Novak took out Ricardas Berankis 6-1, 6-4, 6-1, while Rafa beat Cam Norrie 3-3. Both guys next have young Italians in the 4th round as Norrie plays Lorenzo Musetti. Musetti took out Marco Cecchinato 3-6, 6-4, 6-3, 3-6, 6-3. The 19-year-old is making his Grand Slam main draw debut, which is incredible and shows his great potential. This result isn't too surprising though, as he did have a strong showing last week in Lyon, pushing Stefanos Tsitsipas to 3. Lorenzo has had a different career trajectory than his famed compatriot Jannik Sinner, as he actually had early success as a top junior. His game has developed very nicely and he'll have a great opportunity to test it against the game's best player. Now Rafa will get Jannik Sinner, who beat Mikael Ymer 6-1, 7-5, 6-3. Nadal and Sinner have played twice and on clay, Rafa winning their French quarterfinal last year and their Rome 3rd round this year in straight sets. Unfortunately, Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz couldn't join the Team Dream Team, losing his match to Jan-Lennart Struff 4-6-2. This was still a very good run from the 18-year-old, which saw him scalp seeded Basilashvili in round 2. Struff now meets Diego Schwartzman, who dominated Kohlschreiber 4-2-1. Going back to the Italians, Matteo Berrettini picked up a solid win over Sun Woo Kwon 7-6, 6-3, 6-4. Up next, he meets Roger Federer, maybe. Federer scraped by German Dominik Koepfer 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, 7-5. From what I heard, this was an excellent match, and even Andy Murray caught inspiration from Roger, who at 39 after multiple surgeries was battling hard inside of an empty stadium half past midnight. A lot of people were saying how much of a shame it would be if Roger played his last French Open in front of no fans. I'm honestly not a big fan of these night matches myself because of the lack of fans. I know there's a curfew, but apparently there are going to be fans in some night sessions soon, so we'll see. Anyways, the big problem for me and so many others was actually watching the match. Federer Koepfer wasn't broadcasted on Tennis Channel or NBC, but the Peacock app, NBC's streaming service. You actually had to pay for the service in order to watch this long match, which I was not about to do because I'm a cheapskate. A lot of people pointed out the many hoops one has to go through just to watch this one tournament, as you have Tennis Channel Plus, regular Tennis Channel, NBC, and now this Peacock app. This is part of the reason why I say that the French Open is the messiest slam, as it's so difficult to simply watch. They also do a terrible job with their highlights, only posting a handful to their YouTube page. I don't really see things getting better either, which is bad, but tant pis. Now if you remember, I said that Berrettini would maybe meet Roger in the 4th round, and that's because Federer could withdraw from the event. In his press conference, Federer revealed that he and his team will decide soon whether he'll play Matteo or rest and get ready for Halle.
I need matches like these, we go through these matches, we analyze them highly and look on what's next, and we'll do the same tonight and tomorrow latest, because I need to decide if I keep on playing or not, or is it not too much risk at this moment to keep on pushing, or is this just the perfect way to just take a rest, because I don't have the week in between here and Halle. Like normal, to see like what's best now if you count back from Wimbledon and so forth. So it's just a lot going on, but having a match like this, knowing I could have probably played a 5th set, but not knowing how I will wake up tomorrow is interesting, to say the least. So yeah, it's definitely a different time right now for me. Berrettini, what do you want to know? I told you I don't know if I'm going to play, so I don't know what to tell you. So I have to find out. I'm happy for him, he won, but I will discuss with the team, and then I go from there.
I really wouldn't be surprised if Roger withdrew, because he basically said before the tournament that the French wasn't a huge priority for him and that the grass was when things would really get started. Quickly looking ahead to day 8, on Philippe Chatrier there's Azarenka versus Pavlyuchenkova, followed by Tsitsipas and Carreño Busta. Then Serena squares off against Elena Rybakina, and lastly Zverev and Nishikori battle once more. On Longland, there are some somewhat unlikely women's matches, Zdenczek versus Kristea and Vondrousova Badosa. Then Medvedev takes on Christian Garin, followed by Federico Derbonis against Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. So that's all I have for you today, and let me know what you think about Gauff, Stephens, and Kenin rising, and Roger Federer possibly dropping out in the comment section below. Also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.